Hi there, my name is Phil Anderson. I'm running for United States Senate. I'm also the president of the Libertarian Party of Dane County. And we just had our debate watching party of the Libertarian presidential candidates. And we're all really psyched about what we saw. And we also have some complaints. Unfortunately, a couple people have left already because they don't want to be on camera. Maybe, in fact, they're wanted by the government of Belize, as is John McAfee. I can't speak to that specifically. But so, Jay, what'd you think?
Well, I thought Peterson had a lot of great energy and optimism, but I think he spoke in sound bites. I think he repeated himself when he got nervous, and I think that he's really just not up to the job at this point. I thought Johnson really kind of established himself as the pragmatist libertarian. I can't tell you how many times he mentioned as governor of New Mexico, he really wanted to bring home the fact that he was the one that could actually, operate within that executive role and get things done. And as far as McAfee goes, I have to say he really just took charge of the whole role of being the rebel candidate. Wanted in Belize, chased by this government, and, people trying to shake him down and whatnot. I mean, he's certainly an interesting guy. I think he spoke very well. He was very professional, and my opinion of him went up a lot as a result of this.
So if you had to choose one at this point, who would you choose? I know it's early, obviously, not a binding decision.
I personally would go with Johnson, just because, for very pragmatic reasons. I think he knows the game better than anyone else. I think he knows the terrain better than anyone else. I think he's kind of the energetic yet somewhat seasoned veteran that is the most capable of the three.
Sure. What do you think, Terry?
I liked what Peterson had to say. I didn't have a problem with him being as young as he is. I don't have a problem with that at all. Gary Johnson stumbled a couple of times when it came to personal freedoms or even freedoms of businesses, the free market. I do agree that McAfee was kind of like the hip surfer rebel type guy, but I kind of like that as well.
Cool. What about you, Dan?
I really like this debate. Yeah, it was a little shorter than I expected, but I thought they got a lot of great topics covered. I thought Peterson was really impressive. I mean, he definitely mentioned a lot of the pure history, a lot of the pure founding father beliefs, and that's something that appeals to me. Obviously, Johnson is the person I believe can get the most appeal, but if I had to choose right now, it would be Peterson, just because I think we see really eye to eye and everything. And McAfee, now, this debate made me want to Wikipedia McAfee.
Absolutely. What do you think, Pete?
Yeah, so my opinion, I don't think differs from most people here. Peterson fundamentally has a lot of great points.
Sit.
Hey,
we're taping. No, you can sit because we're going to ask you in a second.
And that would be Sauce's younger brother.
Yeah. Okay, so where I was going is, so Peterson, what he says fundamentally is accurate, and I agree with most of what he said. He tends to be a little shallow in his responses. I find that he repeats himself. He kind of goes back to a couple of defaults. I'd really like to see him gain more experience before I'd really look at him as a legitimate candidate. He needs to flesh out his ideas more. McAfee, fundamentally, I think he was the strongest as far as libertarian ideals and presenting them. I really liked him. My main issue with him is, if you understand his past, to market him as the libertarian frontrunner to the nation, to me, is infeasible. And Johnson, although I think he struggled on some issues from a libertarian standpoint, especially with like the wedding cake and some of the other topics, what those divergences are from his pragmatism, his actual experience as a governor. And so although I think in an ideal world, we would like to go more towards like McAfee's views, I understand his views there in more of the electability and his ability to market himself and actually go through with the policies that he's enacting.
Sure. What do you think, Mike? Agree? Disagree?
As far as Peterson goes, shallow. He does not unfold his ideas very well. Governor Johnson did a much better and more persuasive presentation on almost everything. I think he's not polished enough, to tell you the truth. Sometimes he seemed a little off, but oh well, probably the format. The McAfee, I found him irritating. And it was all about his personality. You know, it's true he did say some principled things that were nice, but I don't think he brings off a message at all. Mm-hmm. And I think Johnson was really the only one who could hit him home over through this medium anyway.
Sure. What do you think, Al?
Peterson, I think he can do better. I think he was kind of going for impact and maybe he was a little blunt in his delivery. I'd give him a second chance. I want to hear him do better. Johnson, I thought he started kind of clumsy and his voice was cracking a little bit, but he pressed on and I thought he got stronger as he went with some gaps along the way. And then Mac, he surprised me. I thought he did pretty well overall. He started kind of slow, but then I thought he put some meat behind what he was saying. I thought he got succinct here and there and he was fairly winning.
Thanks. What do you think, Miles?
I met Gary Johnson in 2012. I trust him, and I'll be voting for him.
Wow, short. Where's Sasha go? What do you think, dear?
Well, first of all, that was really embarrassing when I walked into the city.
That's okay.
Yeah, I would have to agree that I really liked just kind of what McAfee said. Just like he was really principled. All his views were just really on principle, just like the Libertarian Party, and I really like that. However, I would agree with Pete that just kind of his past is a little bit, it'd be hard to market to the whole nation. But I also really like Gary Johnson, although some of the stuff he said was a little bit iffy to me, just because it wasn't, like, it showed that he didn't really understand like free market stuff that much, but I kind of understand how like he would be, you know, trying to persuade people in that sort of way. And then for Peterson, I also liked him. Like a lot of the stuff that he said was really good, but I think he just needs to be like proving himself more, or like, you know, doing some more like actions or something to say that he actually believes.
Sure, awesome. And Samuel, you're last. Your opinion, buddy.
It was good.
It was good. All right, well, thanks to everyone who came out tonight. We're missing a few people that were attending, but we're going to do this again next Friday night. We're not sure where yet, but 8 o'clock Friday night. We'll watch the second half of the debate, and I'll give my opinion on the debate tomorrow night, on tomorrow's daily video. Thanks for watching.